This is the cast at Glocker. And we're back from the intro, Jeff.
All right. Well, we are here with three lovely ladies. We have Rachel Keller. We have Ellen Martinetti. Okay. I said it so easily earlier before the camera's going. And we have Krista Gross. And they are here to tell us about a couple things. They're here to tell us about building a better Boyertown, which you two are representing, and the Boyertown Historical Society, which Rachel is representing. And we are also we will eventually get to Heritage Day, the Illuminating the Past. Let me try that again. Boyertown Heritage Day, Illuminating the Past, which is an upcoming event this weekend. And it's this weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's a new event, and they have a lot to talk about, but it's a secret event too. So there's some that we can't talk about, correct?
We don't want to give the mystery away.
All right. That's good. Keep the mystery alive. So first of all, let's talk to Rachel. You're representing the Boyertown Historical Society.
Yep.
And I guess first explain why everybody's here. Why you just tell us what's going on.
I'll take that right here, Jeff. I got this.
I do better when we're live.
So we're here today. We're talking about Building Better Boyertown's new event, Heritage Day. So this event is to highlight the history of Boyertown. We have so much rich history in the town. We have so many museums. I mean, is it 4 or 5? I mean, Boyertown's full of history. You can really spend the day and come out and go from museum to museum. So BBB wanted to have an event that highlights that, so people have a reason to come out and kind of get like a little taste of each museum. So we worked together to create this event.
Cool. Okay. And the event they're talking about, of course, is Boyertown Heritage Day. Well, since you're talking about Building a Better Boyertown, why don't we talk to Ellen, which is the manager of Building a Better Boyertown. Tell us about what Building a Better Boyertown does for the town.
Okay, we are a Main Street America community affiliated with them. We are a community revitalization organization that besides planning these wonderful community events, we also work on historic preservation for the town, as well as working with our businesses and boosting the economic vitality of Boyertown, and also physical improvements such as, the beautiful flowers you see on the streetscape, or the new streetlights, and physical improvements like those kinds of things. We do lots of things for the town, I should say.
Yeah, you do. I think people should really understand the importance of this too. Do you guys still have your Keystone community designation?
We are working on that. It expired, so we're working on
getting it back,
which is a very, very long process through the Department of Community and Economic Development with the state. So it's a Keystone Community designation, which help us kind of push us to the top of the list if we go after any kind of grant funding for the community. We have to hit certain criteria in order to apply for it. And then once we're approved, we have the wonderful title that we're a Keystone Community, and that's just really good for us and for Boyertown.
How long does that last then?
It's a 5-year program. And then there's reporting we have to do back to the state as far as, anything we plan, our events and attendance, and where the money comes and goes. And, there's lots of little details to it. That could be a whole nother podcast.
But once you
probably not exciting.
Well, and that might be right for the average casual person.
Yeah.
But if you care about Boyertown, in a nutshell, what that Keystone designation does is it bumps your town to the top of the list for any grants.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So when money comes down the pipe,
right.
if you're Keystone designated, you get the money first.
So,
It'll bump you in front of other communities that don't have that designation. So it's important.
It's very important. So for example, like just two things to highlight that we've gotten in the past because of the designation was one is they call it an anchor building grant. So if you remember, the old Schaefer's restaurant had been empty for a really long time, and Keith Kopicki from The Grind needed some capital to help push him over that edge to get that restaurant up and running. And we secured the anchor grant loan funding through the state. And that's a revolving loan that he's paying us back for. And then we in turn can reinvest that money back into the community should another property owner come around and want to do a revitalization of the property.
And that just keep on going and going and going.
Correct.
Mhm. So
It's
he's
not
paying
chump
it back
change
monthly.
either.
Yeah.
No, it was a decent amount of money. We also got a facade grant program where property owners, again, along the main road of Philadelphia Avenue, Reading Avenue, could apply for a grant to improve the facade of their building, like new windows or painting. Or Rachel benefited from a new sign for
Yeah.
her business.
If you saw my cool candy sign
She
out
has a
front.
very
Yeah.
nice, brand new, spanking new
Yeah.
sign. So
Yeah, I actually had like someone that hand paints like hand letters sign make it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so just even those small things help improve the visual appearance of Boyertown. So, that's all part of our
Yeah,
economic development plan.
I mean, if you're driving through a town that you've ever been in and everything's run down and shit, you're not stopping. You're going to go right through that
Go
town
right
to the
through.
next one.
Yeah, it's that broken window syndrome, right?
Right,
Something doesn't
exactly.
look right. People think there's something wrong with the community.
Right.
That's right.
So
But
those are all little important things we do that don't always get recognized, but that's part
We
of
are
our program.
recognizing them here today.
Right.
Thank
now.
you for
it's important to
bringing
get
it
the
is.
word out.
Uh-huh.
There are towns surrounding this area that have tried to get a Main Street program going on for years, and for one reason or another can't get it done. The fact that Boyertown has one is important. Now, it would be great if you guys could get back that Keystone designation, but even the fact that you have a Main Street program puts you above other places. Like at Pottstown, we've been struggling with that for years, trying to get a Main Street or even an Elm Street, which is more geared towards residential.
Mhm.
But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And Boyertown really should be proud that they have that.
Thank you.
That's my opinion.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You're right.
So we also have Krista Gross here, which you're the events coordinator for Building a Better Boyertown, correct?
Yes,
You're pretty fresh and new to this.
I am new.
All right,
Very
you wanna talk
new.
into here, we'll pull the mic over so we can talk to you a little bit. So tell us about your position. What do you do for Building a Better Boyertown?
So I'm in charge of making sure that all of the events in town run smoothly. We
That's
have
important.
it is very
Yeah.
important. We just had our coming out of hibernation event.
Which was that an all-time? That was a pretty big event. There was a lot of
We had
people
a
there.
lot
The
of-
weather
yeah.
was good.
We had a lot of
had
people
to
there.
change the date because of the rain forecast,
Mhm.
but we did have a great turnout.
Yeah, you're pushing the day back.
Yeah.
But wow, the weather was perfect that
It
day.
was. The street was packed almost
And it
all
was
day long.
all day long,
It was,
yeah. Yeah. So were you part of that?
I came in about 3/4 away
Take
through that.
credit.
Yeah.
You did
It happened under your watch.
And it happened under
Yeah.
my watch. Our next one is the Heritage Day, which is our first one.
Okay.
Then our big one is Oktoberfest in September.
Mhm.
And then after that, we have Chilling on Main in November. And then all summer long, we have farmers markets
All right. Yeah.
through the summer.
Where are the farmers markets going to be at?
They
Where
are
can I
at-
find them?
They're in the parking lot of the vehicle museum
Oh, okay.
every other Thursday.
Every
In-
other
Well,
Yep,
it's the
first and the third.
First and third Thursday.
First and third
of every
Thursday.
month from
Okay.
June to
June to-
September.
Okay.
And you also have your first Fridays too, right? That's
We do.
Building
Yes.
Boyertown
Mhm.
event, right?
Yes, that's
It
where we
is.
promote our retailers, and we have them stay open later till 8 o'clock, and you can do some shopping and then go out to eat locally. So
And
we're
you
trying to.
you also often have street performers and stuff like that too, correct?
On occasion we do.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
still working on developing our first Fridays, so it's a work in
It's
progress.
very much a work in progress.
Everything's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress.
Absolutely. So I say if we can, and I know we've talked about this before we got started, and the ladies really have to be careful about what they say, but I
It's all
want
hush
to hear.
hush.
It is kind of hush
Mhm.
hush. So Rachel, let's kick it back to you since everybody's kind of had a chance to introduce themselves, and then explain to us just the premise or the outline of what's going to be going on without giving anything away. I think you can. I have faith that you can do this.
I know what I can say and what I can't say.
Yeah, yeah.
She's good at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we wanted to do is kind of create like a murder mystery type event. So like my task was to go back to the Historical Society and try to find some facts or like some parts of our history that we could create this. And when I first went back, I thought, well, we're probably going to have to pull like a piece of this and a piece of that and kind of, like make up a mystery for people to walk around and solve. So I went back to the society and I started going through some old scrapbooks that we had. And actually this was a true mystery that actually happened in Boyertown. It's about a mysterious woman. There was all different kinds of newspaper articles that if you come out to the event, we're going to have them blown up. You're going to walk from location to location to find the clues. But it's really neat. Like some of the articles say like maybe she was a bank robber. Maybe she was spying on her husband. Like they're trying to figure out who this woman was. So I just think it's going to be a lot of fun walking around, and we have real artifacts that you're going to look at, or recreations of items to try to solve this mystery yourself.
I'm
So-
intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's based on real, actual, factual stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Everything, like you said, it was really worked out perfectly. Everything is 100% factual. So
Right,
everything
yeah.
you see is factual. And at each location you go to, there is going to be an actor that will be dressed up playing a part from someone from the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then I guess the people that participate in this event are basically playing detective or Sherlock Holmes. They're
Exactly.
going to go to each little scene or each little stop,
Yep.
and then try to develop enough clues to solve the mystery, right?
Yep, and Krista actually put together a really cool like little journal for people to use.
Okay.
Each person will get a journal, and inside this journal is a little bit about the story, which I'm not going to show you. And then there is locations, and
Okay.
they can write down the clues that they think are important when they stop at each location. And in the center, we have all the location stops here,
Okay.
and they're encouraged
How
to
many
not.
are there?
There are 7 stops.
Okay.
And they're encouraged to not go in a specific order. So we want them to take the time to walk through town.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to follow each other through
Mhm.
specific, because they're going to get the same information from each
I
each
gotcha.
location. So you don't have to go from 1 to 2 to 3. You can just go wherever you.
And there's not
wherever you want.
there's not a particular start time. I mean, it goes from 10 to 4
Correct.
on the May 20th, but you can start at 2 if you want, right?
You probably should not start beyond 3:00, I would think. 'cause
Yeah, you probably need an hour,
it depends on the individual. It could take you maybe 2 hours, maybe it might take you an hour. So, you have to plan. It's not far. Everything is within a half a mile of each other, like less than that probably. And easy walking around town, but you want to have enough time to just figure it out.
Our idea
So
of
you don't want
doing
to
it-
show up at 4:00 when
Agreed.
the museums are ready to close. That's
the idea of to have it from 10 to 4 was for you to be able to stop at different locations in between. So if you get hungry or your kids want a snack and you want to stop at the candy store, you can stop at the candy store and
Yeah.
get a snack. Or if you want to do a little bit before lunch and then stop and have lunch at the other farm or the Grind or one of the other great restaurants in town, you can do that as well.
Yeah, it's a great idea to get
There's no-
people out and walking around, right? Like walk around the neighborhood, find out
Right.
what's going on,
Yeah.
enjoy the weather, enjoy the neighborhood. The
So-
more people that you have out
Right.
doing legitimate pursuits in your town, it
And
goes
you
back
get
to what
a
it said.
peek at all these
Right.
great museums
Yeah.
and stuff.
that was the
town.
goal. We have, like Rachel had said, we have this rich history and we have these wonderful museums that people can visit. So we're hoping we partnered with all of them together to, like, Rachel was very instrumental in getting the story together, but everyone from each stop has representation in our committee to develop the story and work together. And we really want to highlight them. So if you come to do this event and you stop at the Spots Museum and you're like, well, I've never been here, but I'll do this event now, this mystery, and then I'll come back next weekend or in a couple weeks and go and see it. So
The other thing I think is neat that is pretty much everybody has like something that relates to the story too.
that
Like
was
something
amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, like the car museum, you have to buy a ticket if you actually want to go into the museum, but you will be going into the lobby, and they'll have some items on display in the lobby that relate to the story. And the same with the Spots Museum. and the Historical Society. So it really came together.
So you're going to get
It's
into it.
Yeah.
You're going to get
Oh,
into,
yeah.
into the
Yeah.
story.
It'll be fun.
yeah.
Be part of it almost.
Yeah, like if you have like a Sherlock Holmes outfit, like you could wear that.
Yeah.
Jeff, I expect to see you in that little hat.
Oh yeah, I wore my
With the
hat
pipe.
Yeah, yeah,
and my pipe. Yeah.
yeah.
I just went to the Historic Vehicles Museum just a couple of weeks ago with my son, and
Mhm.
we had a great time. He's a car guy, he's a mechanic, and he's a welder, and he's into all that stuff. We had a great time walking around there. Then we stopped someplace local for lunch. The Spats Museum, you and I have been there.
Yeah.
And
It's really neat.
Talk about an immersive thing. I don't know if there's any other World War II museum that takes you on such an immersive tour. Like I think it's almost like going on a ride on Disneyland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're all into that thing.
Yeah.
If you do the premium package or whatever.
Mhm.
Two great museums right here in Boyertown.
Yeah.
And everybody that we've mentioned so far has been on the cast at Glocker.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go see their episodes, go over to the YouTube channel, Glocker Realty and Insurance, and look for the past episodes. Build a Better Boyertown's been on there. Rachel Keeler's been on there multiple times. The Historic Museum,
The
General
most amount of
Spots.
times, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, just about every place that we're talking about has come in and sat down with us to do an interview. So go check those out over on our YouTube channel.
And what are the 7 stops? Did we say that yet?
Did not.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Okay.
can say that. We can say that. So they are the Historic State Theater, St. John's Lutheran Church, Good Shepherd Church, the Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles, the Colbrookdale Railroad, the Boyertown Historical Society, and the Spots Museum. And then we also have a location that can be not known, but you'll see it when you.
Okay.
yeah. There's actually
That's the secret
There's a
spot.
secret
Gotcha.
location that
There-
you can stop.
yes, there is a secret in the mystery if you can figure that out. But I feel like that's probably all. we can
Yeah,
say.
that's all you should say
Yeah.
then.
You get
We'll have to-
you get a ride in the mine car, and you can go underneath Boyertown.
Now you're thinking, Jeff.
Right.
Well, that does also back up my fact. Listening to that list of people, we have interviewed every single one of those organizations.
Yeah.
Yeah, every one.
I don't know
Some
about
of them
St.
multiple
John's, though.
times. Not St. John's.
No.
Maybe they have not them,
Mm-mm.
but everybody else.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the other thing we probably should mention is where they start.
Yeah, they
Yes.
do start at the parking lot of the vehicle museum. You'll start there, and you will actually end there, because if you feel like you have the correct answer, you can come back to us. You can put your answer in a little drawing that we have, and then we pull a winner out from there, and they win $300 cash if you are correct.
Oh wow.
If your name is pulled.
If your name is pulled.
And I cannot be bribed.
$300.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
For a day in Boyertown,
Yeah.
for having fun.
And a free event.
And it's
Yeah.
free.
We'll also have a craft for kids at the tent. A little craft for
Come
the
on.
kids.
Come on, people.
So you get a murder mystery
They
for
could make
free.
it much easier.
right?
Yeah.
You get a day in Boyertown. You can
Yeah.
enjoy
If you
yourself.
want to spend money, you can.
Yeah, but you don't
You
have
should. No.
to. You don't have to.
And you get $300.
And you could possibly get
Possibly.
which
Yeah.
Only one person.
You're
Yeah,
registered
don't promise
for a
that,
chance to get.
They would need a whole new
$300.
grant for that.
Right.
Right. You're registered for a chance to get $300.
Mhm.
Which, if you really want to do the right thing, you should then spend in Boyertown.
And that
Yeah.
prize is anonymously funded by
Okay.
an individual. So
Okay.
it's not any grant money or anything we're giving away, just to be clear.
Somebody
Donated that money.
Some
Yeah.
There's
good
also a
person.
secret challenge within the whole
Is
thing
there?
as well.
Okay. Not that solving the mystery wasn't challenging.
Yeah,
No,
right.
Yeah.
There's other
There is a
challenges.
secret
There is.
challenge. Yep.
You can figure it out.
If you can figure it out.
Remember, folks,
Would we know that there's a secret challenge?
Yes.
If you figure that out.
Don't leave it up to Jeff.
We're-
You might want to tell him. after
We
the
won't make it
camera
too
turns
hard
off.
on you.
Yeah.
Just remember, folks, too, that the whole purpose of the cast at Glocker, the whole reason why we have these ladies on is because we want to support local businesses here at Glocker Realty and Insurance. We believe firmly in supporting locally owned, locally operated businesses. I give this fact out as much as I possibly can. 80 cents of every dollar stays in the community if you shop local. So 80% of your dollars, if you shop local by going to a local store or local service provider, 80 cents out of every dollar that you spend stays in your community. If you
That's
go to,
huge.
if you go to a big box store or a national brand, it's half that. It's only 40% of
If
that
you're
money.
lucky.
If you're lucky,
Yeah.
right? So if you really want to support your local community, shop local, because those are the places that are supporting your little league team. They're building the new snack stand up at the soccer fields. They're sponsoring the 5K. They're making anonymous gifts of $300. Those are local
Yeah.
businesses that are doing that. So support them because they're supporting you.
Absolutely. It's like a big circle.
Absolutely right.
So that's Boyertown Heritage Day, which is coming up on May 20th from 10 to 4. And the event
Rain or
sponsors,
shine.
Rain or Shine?
Event, yes.
Okay. I think it's going to be shine.
We hope so.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I didn't look at the weather forecast.
Bring your umbrella.
Oh, yeah, are you calling that?
Yeah, just in case.
Don't jinx us, Matt.
So the event sponsors are Building Better Boyertown, Boyertown Historical Society, and Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles, correct?
Well,
I'm
it's
reading
all of
this.
our participants, actually.
All the locations.
Okay, all the locations.
All of the participants.
Yeah. You know, it's gonna be like a icebreaker. You know, I'm sure there's so many people that even live in and around town that could probably walk to a lot of these places that just didn't take that step to go to them yet. You know,
Yep.
Maybe don't even know about them. It's still possible.
Yeah. I'm always
Spaz
amazed.
is kind of hidden. I think.
It is.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's one of the more hidden, and Boyertown Historical Society is kind of more
Yeah.
hidden too.
Yeah, they're a wealth of history information there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, over 50 years, we've been collecting history on
Yes.
Boyertown. So.
yes.
Well, the
have
local
a great
historical
museum,
site, who's
too.
going to care more about the local history than the people that are running the local? They're from there,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
Yeah.
their stuff. If you want to find out what's going on in your town or your township, go to the historical society.
So the library's open there, right, at the Historical Society?
Yeah, so right now, our museum is open by appointment because we've had a lot of repairs we've had to do to the building. So we're getting the exterior of the building painted, hopefully over this summer. Then all the exterior repairs are finished. So for 2024, we're going to start working on the interior repairs at the museum.
Okay.
So we don't have any exhibits or anything going on because we'll be taking things apart. But we are having an upcoming event in June. I think it's June 11th. It's that Sunday. I don't know if anybody can peek on the date for that, but we're playing the documentary of the Opera House fire. Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but we partnered with the Car Museum and we played the documentary about the Mighty Atom.
yeah.
So we wanted
Yeah.
to do that again. So what we're doing is we're playing the documentary at the State Theater. It'll start at 4:00. Then the Fairview Cemetery, all the graves of anyone who had passed during the fire will be marked. So you can tour through the cemetery. And then we actually have some things from the Opera House fire that have never been seen before that we will have out on display. So afterwards, you can come to the Historical Society and view those as well. So
and
that's
that's
like,
a really good documentary. I
Yeah.
think they did a great job with that.
yep.
It's-
So it I'm excited about it. So I think it'll be really fun. So
Yeah.
that's coming up in June.
June 11th is a Sunday.
Yes, then that's the correct date.
Okay. What about building a better Boyertown? I know that you guys, your office is open on a pretty regular schedule. People want to
Yes.
stop by and figure out what's going down in Boyertown.
We are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5.
Mhm.
We currently have a pop-up retailer in the front of our office space, so she's there on the weekend. She's
Okay.
there on the weekends.
Okay.
But if you want any kind of tourism information or business information, then probably between 9 to 5 is the best time to do that.
And what's the address there?
We're at 3 East Philadelphia Avenue, right near the main intersection in town.
Right
And
on.
who's the retailer?
It's Henny Fair Company. She's an artisan perfumer. She makes her own perfume and has a couple of other artisan products in there. Like if you like, wonderful soaps and candles and she's
who
all kinds
doesn't?
of things.
And it
Yes.
smells good. when
And
you
It
go in.
smells very good in the
Yeah,
store.
it
It's
smells
very
great.
nice. Yes, she's got some nice products. You can even blend your own custom perfume and she's very knowledgeable.
Now, is this pop-up idea? Is that a program that you're going to keep going? Is she going to be replaced by somebody else? Or
It is. I'm glad you brought that up because she started in November of last year. She was going to go through the holiday season. She does want to open up a brick and mortar store in town. She's from outside of Boyertown, but she really loves the community. So she wants to stay here. So we're just extended her time with us. We don't have anyone interested to move in to replace her at the moment, but that is a possibility. If somebody is looking to open a new kind of retail shop, we have that space available right on the main drag with the windows. So contact me for that.
little incubator?
It is a little incubator. So she's there for a few more months, which has actually been kind of good for her to assess post-holiday business.
Yeah.
And then what she might need to tweak for her business. So yeah, it's been working out for us and for her. So it's been a nice partnership.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in addition to everything else, you guys really are trying to be like the ombudsman or the business liaison for people that want to get established here in Boyertown or the surrounding
We
area.
are.
Right?
You guys are in the realty business, but believe it or not, I get a lot of phone calls from people who say, hey, I want to open up a business in town. Do you have any space available? So they're asking me for space. So I've been trying to keep my finger on the pulse of who's got rental space in town and who owns what building, and work with the property owner and work with the business and make sure it's a good fit for both parties, because we certainly want a business that's really going to invest in Boyertown and want to be here and thrive. And it looks good for them. It looks good for us. And then we want the property owner to benefit that they're going to have a long-term lease. So yeah. And by bringing in other unique businesses in town, it benefits all of our existing businesses. So it's just going to continue to build our community and the economic vitality of Boyertown. So that's a big part of what I do.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. Like, I think of some of the little towns and boroughs that I've visited around the area, and inevitably you'll go there and you'll go to eat or you'll go to shop. And then while you're out doing that, you see something else.
Right.
And now you're planning your next trip back. Oh, the next time we come out this way, we should really go check out that other thing that we saw.
Right.
So the more you have that going on, the more people are going to want to come back, right?
We do. And I do have people come into our office during the day, and just they'll be from out of town and maybe not even that far out of town. They might be from Allentown or Reading or Westchester. And they're just, we just came up for the day, or we've driven through here before and we decided to come back and check it out.
Yeah.
And so we get a lot of people that just pop in for information. And so it's really neat. I always like to find out where people come from and how they heard about us.
Give them that address again so they can find you.
It's 3 East Philadelphia Avenue.
Right at the corner of Philadelphia Avenue and
Right in
Reading.
that main intersection. So you should probably park in the town center parking lot, which is kind of diagonal from where we are.
Yeah, parking's a little bit of a struggle in Boyertown. But once you find some place to park, you don't have to move you don't have to get in your car.
Town center parking lot is pretty. You usually can find a spot there.
Usually, I've never not found a spot there.
But it's hidden. It's behind all the buildings. So.
Right, so it's hard to see.
I would like to comment. I actually think Boyertown has great parking because we do have the town center parking lot. And right behind the grind, that is now all public parking back there. And then between St. John's and Good Shepherd, that's all public parking. So I think, like, if you go into Philadelphia or, God forbid, New York City, like, you're parking and you're walking blocks. I mean, in Boyertown, you can find parking within 1 block.
Yeah.
There's still street side parking. So.
Yeah,
There is.
yes.
Yeah.
But I think, like, we're so spoiled out here in the country. We're just used to, like, pulling right up.
Yeah.
To the front door.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
really, anything from the town center parking lot is an easy 1 to 2 block walk.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
really not far.
Maybe I shouldn't have said it the way I said
There's
it.
an
But
But that's what everybody does.
But
Right.
there's a perception
Yeah.
there's no
I
place
think
to park.
I just think because town center parking lot is hidden. You don't.
Right.
It's not a big parking
Yeah.
lot that you're looking at.
I do have to tell people all the time when they come into the candy store, they'll be like, oh man, I struggled finding parking. And then I'll say, when you go out the door, look up to the left. And I said, you'll see there's a little sign there and there's a big parking lot right behind us. So it would be nice if we had crosswalks. That would really make it better. But I mean, maybe eventually. So, but I've never not been able to park within 1 block of the candy store.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're going to some huge town either. So once you do find some place to park,
Yeah.
like what's the furthest you're going to have to walk?
Even
Maybe a block or so.
Yeah, even if you parked in the car museum parking lot, like you went to the car museum, it's still like only a couple blocks. I mean, it's only 2 blocks to get to the candy
Yeah,
store.
right,
Yeah.
right. No, Boyertown's super walkable, and it's one of the things that I like about working up here. I remember last fall when the weather was nice, I was up here on the weekend doing some work, and I just need to take a break from the office. So we walked down to the other farm, got something to eat, had a couple of drinks, and then casually strolled back to the office. It was a nice break in my day.
Well, and we have all the trees. I know BBB helps with
Yes.
that, and there's such beautiful architecture in
Boyertown,
so it's nice to walk around.
It
Yeah.
is.
So, plus I feel like it's really safe too.
It is.
So,
So that's a good segue. Let's finish this out by just telling people again what's going on. So the thing that we're really trying to promote is this May 20th for Heritage Day, and that's the mystery that people are going to solve. So I don't know who wants to give that recap, or if you all want to team
With
up
an
on it.
option to win $300.
With an option. So let's run back through that real quick. I'll start it off with Rachel, and then we can just go right around the horn. Everybody say a little thing about what's going to be happening on May 20th, and that'll be a nice way to cap off the end of the show.
Yeah.
well, I guess I'm most excited to actually go around and see all the actors. Everyone's going to be in costume and telling a little bit of the story. So I'm excited to go around and do that.
All right.
And I will be at the tent welcoming everybody. So Saturday, May 20th, Boyertown Heritage Day, illuminating the past. So we hope you can come out and have a good time and walk around town. And don't forget to visit our shops and restaurants when you need a break.
Very good.
We also have an event page on Facebook. So if you go to that and you keep an eye on it all week long, I've been posting some clues, some not
Okay.
clues, but you don't know which ones are clues and which ones are not clues.
Right.
So I've been
They
kind
can
of
throw you off the trail.
Yeah.
on
Straight on the trail.
Yeah.
I've been trying to highlight a lot of the locations that you're going to be stopping. And so I may or may not have posted clues already, or there may be some coming.
And everyone, don't forget, Jeff will be there in his Sherlock Holmes outfit.
Yep. And my
With his pipe.
my-
With his
my
pipe.
pipe, yeah.
and his
Yeah.
pipe.
I'll figure out them clues.
That's this Saturday, May 20th, right? From
Yes.
10 to 4.
10 to 4.
And you got to go to the
I-
Boyertown Historic Vehicles Museum in order to kick things
the
off.
parking lot of the Museum of Historic Vehicles. There'll be a tent, a white tent. So that's the start and stop point right there.
It's also important to point out too that it is family friendly. So
Okay.
you can bring your kids.
You
Mhm.
can do it in a group, you can
Mhm.
do it individually, or bring the kids. Yeah.
Great. Sounds awesome.
We would be bringing the kids.
There's a craft for them
It
to
sounds like a great. It sounds like a great day.
It is, for
I'm
real,
not being
yeah.
facetious.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. If I can make it, it's something that I really sounds to me like I would be interested in.
And I don't even care about the $300.
No,
Sounds like fun.
yeah, it's just it's
Yeah.
something fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah, normally you have to pay to do a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
It's true.
you get to do the one this weekend for free.
Awesome.
And if it's successful, we'll do it again next year with a
All
different
right.
mystery.
Yes, that's
So the pressure's on everybody.
Yeah.
Get out
I'm
there.
already stressed out about
Who's your
that.
call to action?
Only in Boyertown, Pennsylvania.
We're already
Only
thinking
in
about the
Boyertown.
next year.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We
All right.
covered it. We gave out all the important details,
Yes.
and people need to get out there and take advantage of this. It's unbelievable the amount of free and low cost stuff that goes on in Boyertown and the surrounding area. If you with a little bit of research, and you can use Jeff's page to do it, what's going down in Boyertown, you can piece together a whole weekend of either free or low cost activities
Absolutely.
at local businesses.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when I hear people say, there's nothing to do. Because that's not true.
Yes, there's always
Yeah.
something to
There's
do.
always something to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, this has been an episode of the Cast at Glocker. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And don't forget that most times we're live on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock. You can find the Cast at Glocker on YouTube at Glocker Realty and Insurance. That is the best channel to go and watch the reruns. catch us live on both platforms, YouTube and Facebook at Glocker Realty and
Can
Insurance.
can people watching, can they post questions and stuff like that on YouTube? They can.
Yeah, they can.
They can on YouTube?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
All right.
And the comments will come up.
Mhm.
I don't, to be honest with you, I can see the live comments coming in on YouTube.
Mhm.
You have to go back and monitor the channel in order to see comments that come in after the show.
Okay.
If you had a question for us that you were looking for an immediate answer,
Yeah, you could do it through YouTube.
yeah, you could.
Okay.
I think
I didn't know if you could
Facebook's
do
the
that or
better
not.
platform for like immediate communication
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
We monitor the Facebook channel much more closely than
Okay.
the YouTube channel.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah, that's why I always encourage people to watch the reruns on
on
YouTube.
YouTube, but live on Facebook if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
But you can watch us live on YouTube too.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. Do we have an outro to play?
I think we do.
All right. I'm going to play that outro.
All right.
We'll be good to
Thanks
go.
for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget, folks, we really do need you to subscribe on YouTube. Share the show out to your friends and help us spread the word about what's going